Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take your stack of fascinating sources and really try to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight for you. Today, we're embarking on, well, quite an ambitious journey into the world of artificial intelligence. It's a field that's not just evolving, it feels like it's transforming everything around us just incredibly fast. And the papers and books you've shared, they offer an incredible lens into AI's origins, its projected future, and the really profound, sometimes challenging questions it raises for all of us.
Indeed. It's a rich collection. We've got 5 pretty groundbreaking papers, looking at the core tech and where things might be heading. And alongside those, 5 really thought-provoking books. These dig into the ethical stuff, the societal disruptions, even the geopolitics of it all. So our mission here in this deep dive is basically to help you navigate this really complex landscape, to understand not just what's happening, but, why it matters and what it could genuinely mean for our shared future, both individually and, well, collectively.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We'll start, I think, right at the source of the current AI boom, that foundational tech breakthrough that really changed everything. Then we'll sort of fast forward, look at some incredibly bold, maybe even alarming predictions about AI's near future, its potential to reshape society. And finally, we'll dive into those critical questions, the real-world impacts on things like privacy, power, maybe even how we see ourselves.
The spark. How a single paper ignited the AI boom.
Okay, so if we're talking about the start of this current AI revolution, the spark that really ignited it, there's one paper that just stands out, right?
Yeah.
The one that fundamentally shifted things.
Absolutely. I mean, when people look back at this era, Attention is All You Need, published back in 2017 by 8 Google scientists, folks like Ashish Vaswani and Noam Shazir. That paper is truly foundational. It's the one that introduced this completely new deep learning architecture. They called it the transformer. And, before this, a lot of people thought we were kind of hitting a wall, especially with language stuff.
Right. And what exactly made the transformer so revolutionary? What was its secret sauce? What let it break through those perceived limits?
Well, it's all based on this idea called the attention mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how you read a long sentence or even a whole document. You don't just go word by word, right? Your brain jumps around, connects ideas, figures out which words relate to others, even if they're far apart. The attention mechanism lets the AI do something, well, remarkably similar. It can weigh the importance of every word relative to every other word in the sequence, regardless of position. This kind of global understanding of context. That was a game changer for language. And critically, it also allowed for massive parallel processing, which meant...
Oh, so they could train these things much faster.
Exactly. Significantly faster, and crucially, at a fraction of the cost compared to the older models that had to process things sequentially, one step after another.
So it wasn't just about better results. It was about making the whole process, way more efficient and scalable.
Precisely. They ran experiments on machine translation, English to German, English to French, that sort of thing. And these transformer models, they weren't just better quality, giving more natural translations. They trained far more quickly. Plus, it generalized incredibly well. It worked for lots of other tasks, too, like English constituency parsing. This paper really, truly laid the groundwork for the big language models, GPT-3, GPT-4, all the stuff you see driving the current AI boom. It kind of democratized access in a way, made powerful AI more feasible.
The future foretold bold predictions and looming disruptions.
Okay, so the transformer sets the stage. And now it just feels like warp speed, doesn't it? This period of dizzying acceleration. 2 of our papers, Situational Awareness and AI 2027, they don't just predict change. They offer some pretty intense timelines, almost jarring. It feels like the future is just rushing at us.
They certainly do. Leopold Aschenbrenner's paper from 2024, Situational Awareness, the Decade Ahead. He talks about the AGI race.
Yeah.
And says it's undeniably begun. Now, AGI, just for clarity, that's artificial general intelligence. AI that can learn and apply intelligence to any task a human can, not just specialized ones.
Right.
And Aschenbrenner makes some very specific, pretty aggressive predictions. He suggests that by 2026, these thinking, reasoning machines, they won't just be competent, they'll actually outpace many college graduates.
Wow, 2026. That's just next year.
Right.
When he says outpace college graduates, is that like specific skills or more general smarts? That would be surprising.
He seems to mean a broad intellectual capacity. He points to how GPT-4 could already do things like write complex code, draft good essays, reason through tough math problems, even ace really hard exams like the bar exam, AP tests. That shocked a lot of people. These were things that we thought AI couldn't touch for ages. Aschenbrenner goes further. He predicts by 2027, Models will be able to do the work of an AI researcher or engineer themselves, basically speeding up their own development.
Whoa.
And he ends his paper with this really critical question for humanity. Will we tame superintelligence or will it tame us?
That's a heavy thought, a question that definitely lingers. And Daniel Kokotatalo, Scott Alexander, and their team, in their 2025 paper, AI 2027, they echo the sense of massive, rapid change, right? Even saying it could be bigger than the Industrial Revolution. How do they frame that kind of upheaval?
Yes, exactly. Their AI 2027 paper presents what they call a best-guess scenario, and they state the impact of superhuman AI over the next decade will be enormous, potentially exceeding the transformation of the Industrial Revolution. And this isn't just guesswork. They base it on trend extrapolations, simulations, war games, they call them, plus expert feedback, and importantly, direct experience from places like OpenAI. So connecting that to the bigger picture, it just underscores the sheer scale of change we might be facing. It could fundamentally reshape everything, economics, daily life, you name it.
But with changes that profound, that fast, the optimistic view sometimes feels like it overlooks the downsides. What about the potential negatives for us, for humanity, the intelligence curse? That title alone sounds pretty ominous, like maybe a future where many people are just redundant.
It is ominous. Luke Drago and Rudolph Lane's 2025 paper, The Intelligence Curse, tackles that head-on. The imminent arrival of AGI, the AI arms race it'll trigger, their core argument is stark. They say this tech advancement will comprehensively automate pretty much all work, leading to enormous, widespread job losses everywhere. But the really unsettling claim is this. The powerful actors, states, big companies controlling these AIs, they'll eventually just stop having an economic incentive to care about regular people. If human labor isn't needed, well, this, they argue, will be the greatest societal disruption in history. That's the intelligence curse, leading to human irrelevance.
Human irrelevance.
It's not just about jobs. It's about a fundamental shift in the social contract.
That sounds genuinely dystopian.
Yeah.
A future where maybe most of humanity isn't needed in the economic system. But the authors do suggest ways to break this curse, right? They offer some hope, a path away from that seemingly inevitable decline.
They absolutely do. The intelligence curse isn't just a warning sign. It's also meant as a kind of map towards a future where people can remain masters of their destiny. Their solutions have a few key parts. First, averting AI catastrophes. That means hardening the world against failures, yes, but also dealing with security threats that might push people towards dangerous centralization of power.
Okay.
Second, diffusing AI. Getting it into the hands of regular people. Short term, build AI that augments us, makes us better. Long term, align AI directly to individual users, give everyone control in the AI economy. Empower individuals, don't centralize.
Right, empowering people.
And third, democratizing institutions. Making our societal structures stronger, more anchored to human needs, even as the AGI transition changes the whole incentive landscape, keeping governance responsive to people.
So it's a powerful call to action then. Don't just accept AI's path. Actively shape it. Steer it towards something more human-centric. It suggests we still have agency.
Beyond the hype-critical perspectives on AI's real-world impacts.
Okay, so moving from those predictions, the exciting and the frankly terrifying several books give us a more, let's say, sobering look. How AI is currently being developed, deployed, and the broader impacts right now, beyond the headlines.
Karen Howe's Empire of AI, Dreams and Nightmares in Sam Altman's OpenAI. That sounds like it challenges the whole idea that AI's current path is, inevitable. Suggests it's a deliberate construction with real costs.
That's right. Howe argues pretty forcefully that the way AI is developing now is anti-democratic, and it's not inevitable. She draws these really interesting parallels to historical empires, built on extraction, exploitation, which actually makes them kind of fragile underneath, even if they look powerful. And she uses the inside story of OpenAI to show how, arguably, a tech elite is seizing power. This incredibly disruptive sector, she argues, needs unprecedented resource extraction. Materials for the computers, vast amounts of data, human labor often exploited for data tagging, and this alarming spike in energy and water use for data centers.
Right, the environmental costs.
Yeah. She brings in perspectives from Silicon Valley engineers, yes, but also Kenyan data laborers, Chilean water activists, trying to paint that full picture, the human and environmental toll.
So it's way more than just code and algorithms. It's about real-world costs, power dynamics. And Emily M. Bender and Alex Hanna in AICon, they seem to tackle the hype directly, calling out the big claims, pushing for a more grounded view.
Precisely.